were born. An argument escalated into gunfire, leaving 2 dead and a 3rd injured this afternoon. While investigators work to determine a motive, they're stressing this was not a random attack. Tonight, 7 News Detroit reporter Tiara Braddock spoke to witnesses and the police chief as investigators piece together this violent tragedy.
As police continue their investigation into the shooting that happened here at Fairlane Town Center, the people who were inside the mall at the time of the shooting are still grappling with what they experienced.
People start running, and you just see people coming in and running, and then you hear all the shots. I mean, like I heard like 10, 15 shots like instantly.
Felicia Royal was inside Victoria's Secret when shots rang out inside Fairlane Town Center Mall Friday afternoon.
Everybody runs toward the dressing room area and the back stock area, and thankfully the girl thought quick and, shut the gates to Victoria's Secret.
According to Dearborn Police, 3 people were shot inside the mall. 2 of those people died. Royal says she was able to leave the store after police came in and got her and the other shoppers.
We were doing the final walkthrough with them. It's like they were still stopping. I have it on video. They were stopping, checking anybody in here in the other stores.
We're told there was a big crowd inside Fairlane at the time of the shooting.
I'm thinking this was thundering, and it was really somebody shooting.
It was like everybody was scared. It was kids hopping fences, babies, like little babies with their mamas hopping fences.
We spoke to a JCPenney employee who says his first priority after hearing the gunshots was to make sure people were safe.
As soon as we start hearing the gunshots, we just start everybody to get down, trying to get people to the fitting rooms or just out the store, just trying to clear the way.
Dearborn Police Chief Issa Shaheen says this was not a random act of violence.
It was between 2 parties that knew each other here at the mall, and a fight began that escalated in gunfire.
Police have 2 people in custody who they believe were involved in the shooting.
But I can assure you that those involved or responsible for this will be held accountable.
Meanwhile, people who were inside the mall are still coming to terms that 3 people were shot.
It's just crazy. It's a public place, and you can't even just go shopping. We gotta do better.
If you have any video or information that will help police with their investigation, make sure you reach out to them. In Dearborn, Tiara Braddock, 7 News Detroit.
Tiara, thank you. Now, I was on the anchor desk with my colleague Darren Cunningham when the early reports of this shooting reached our newsroom. And tonight I dug into Fairlane's history of violence dating back more than a decade. Just 2 years ago, an altercation there escalated into a shooting. 10 years ago, another shooting triggered a massive multi-agency response. And 15 years ago, an armed robbery ended in a barrage of gunfire after a police chase. Stay with 7 News Detroit on air and online as we continue to...
Okay, Shalom. Kwam Yashala, Koholoimla, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rekahakadash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water toward the H.I.M and Akwaf, that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. Shajah Khanan Nawak is coming at you with another quick lesson. Praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And if you notice, the guy in the end, he wanted to show you that crime level, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I went back into the history of Fairlane. But this used to be a really nice place. This is a mall. I'm probably like 5 minutes away from this place, man. I used to go there all the time as a kid. Haven't been there in a long time. Well, matter of fact, it's been maybe about a year now. I went in there to check on some internet. They do have an Xfinity store in there. So, and I walked through it. That was the first time I had been in there, I don't know, a decade, maybe some change, but everything had changed. It wasn't what it was. Had a whole bunch of bootleg ass stores in there. I remember back when that place used to be nice, man. Super packed. When I say standing room only basically in that mall used to be flourishing, man, because it was the one that was near, we're off the west side of Detroit. The mall is actually in Dearborn, which is Ishmael. That's Ishmaelite City. The Ishmaelites, where you will say the so-called Arabs. If you notice, the police chief, they got their own mayor, they got their own police officers, so they really run that city, and they don't want nothing to do with you, Jake. But this used to be a really racist city anyway, before even the Arabs came in there, because you had a mayor back in the days that was, it was way back, but still, they still racist as hell. But, again, I don't even know how them Arabs even took a foothold in there like how they did, because them so-called white people were very racist back then. They wouldn't let no so-called black people move in there. They actually had that as a statute there, basically, you know, like a law, you know, and it was written in on damn signposts and everything. You know, kind of it was a sundown town, basically, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just the fall of America, and you could see the nigger woman. Did you see the nigger woman all in the videos just looking crazy as hell? I was in Victoria's Secrets. You seen the one standing there with all that damn stomach, with her ass hanging out, like just don't care how they dress when they go out. And I'm willing to bet you this is more likely some Jake, because so-called white people don't really hang out in there. There's not a so-called white people's spot, because like I said, it's West Side, Detroit area. You know, we like I'm like 5 minutes away from this place, man. I pass that place every day going up to the plantation. But like I said again, back in the days, it used to be very, very nice, but not no more, because they sold the mall. They actually, you know, the mall started to fall, so they sold it. I think this might have been the third owner, but I haven't been there in a while, man, because, you know, that shopping shit at the mall ain't shit no more. They don't really have no, unless you just want to go in, you know, one thing I will say, they got like 10 damn Foot Lockers in that bitch. Like, how y'all got all these fucking Foot Lockers in one mall? Or at least it seemed like it. You know, niggas gonna buy some shoes. But let's get this real quick. Matthew 24. Start at verse 3 here, because this is some of the stuff that Yahushua spoke of, you know, that will be happening in the end days. It's very violent times. This is why the apostles and our elders would always tell us, you know what I'm saying, about the spirit, you know, pray, you know, and that's scriptural. The scripture says, matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. 1 Thessalonians 5:17. It says, pray without ceasing. It's really simple. It's 3 words. Pray without ceasing, man. Verse 16, rejoice evermore. Pray without ceasing. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of Yahweh and Yahushua concerning you. And that's the true name of the Father, Yahweh, which means he exists, or the existing one, so you know who you're praying to and who you're praying through, because you need to pray in the name of his son, Yahushua, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Very important. I'm willing to bet you none of those people said a prayer. And then you got these angry ass people, man. Let me get a scripture on anger real quick. I'm going to come back to that Matthew. I'm just moving in the spirit. What is that? I think it's Proverbs 16:32. It says, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city. And that's a spirit of vengeance too, man, because really, you had to think, like, a motherfucker is really that stupid to run off into a place like that, a crowded place, a mall, because you got beef with somebody and you couldn't wait till that motherfucker got home or left the park, you know, whatever, at least left the mall. 2 people dead in a mall. Can you imagine that? This place is getting crazy as hell, man. But being slow to anger, that's why we appreciate this truth and appreciate these scriptures, man. Let me go back to this Matthew real quick. Matthew 24, verse 3, it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So the consummation, or the consummation of the age, because that word world is not talking about the entire globe or the entire planet. It's talking about an age. Like, how much longer do you think this wicked ass society is going to go on before there's a stop to it, man? Verse 4 says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahushua Mashiach, and shall deceive many. So you got that going on. He's giving you a list of things. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, which that's going on. See that ye be not troubled, and we're not to be troubled. That's a command from the Lord. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See, the rest of these people are troubled. We're not troubled by this. So in the Amplified, it says, you will continually hear wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not frightened, for those things must take place, but that is not yet the end of the age. See that? For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. See? So you're going to have kingdom against kingdom. You're going to have the Egyptian against the Egyptian, man. Matter of fact, let's get that in Isaiah. Because that lady, she was like, oh, we can't even come out and shop. We have to do better. We didn't know how shit going to get worse. Shit gonna get worse. What you need to be doing is praying, getting thee home without delay. What's that? Ecclesiasticus 32:11. Waking up, be time, handling your business, and getting home, without delay. You all out here hanging out. Why you think that mall was packed? Because they trying to get ready for 4th of July. Here you go. You got a bunch of damn Muslims in there. Because again, that's Arab city. Then you got a bunch of niggas, Jesus Christ niggas in there trying to get some shit for 4th of July, basically. Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. See that? And that the Egyptian, that you Americans, pretty much, you're the modern day Egyptians, because America is modern day. It is spiritually Egypt. America has a lot of Egyptian life. Esau, he don't have his own way of life. He takes everybody's he steals everybody's shit. But overall, Esau is, he has his magicians, he has his sorcery, he has his witchcraft, he has his he has all the things that Egypt had back then, casting spells upon you people, and especially amongst the TV and social media. That's the reason why a lot of these people are so fucking bugged out. But anyway, let's get a little before camp lesson, man. It's that 2 Timothy 3:1. It says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy." I can stop right there. You can't tell me this is not the way people act right now. Without natural affection. They don't care about kids being in there. They ain't care nothing about, the babies jumping the fence, like the lady was saying. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent. The word incontinent goes into without self-control. You didn't have enough self-control to think to yourself, you know what, I'm not gonna go in here with no gun. That would be stupid as hell. I'm about to ruin my life. But motherfucker be so angry. That's how we know that that's a spirit of vengeance, man. I'm gonna grab that real quick. It says, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Yeah, man, this is the list of, when you look at social media, you look at your news, whether it's Facebook, you're looking at, I don't give a fuck what social media hookup that you have. People have these attributes right here when it comes to their life. They don't give a shit about nothing, man. Matter of fact, did I get the one? Oh, I didn't get that one. Let me go back to Matthew. Matthew 24:12 goes with it. And because iniquity shall abound, which is lawlessness, because all this lawlessness and sin shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. That's why you're seeing a lot of cold-blooded ass deletions going on out here. People are not giving a fuck about their own domestic violence is through the roof. You got kids killing their parents, parents killing their kids. I'm talking about in the most horrific way. So we're in the last days, man. You can't get around it. Let me see here. I want to get this other Bible real quick, Salakia. What do we want to? Let me go here. I quoted this one. 32. Ecclesiasticus, also known as the Book of Sirach, 32:11. Rise up, be times. Be not the last, but get thee home without delay. Yeah, man. Go ahead and handle what you have to handle and get back home early as you can. You got to go to the bank, go do that early. You got to go shopping, do that early. Wait till you got an off day if you can, and do those things all one time early. All that back and forth in it, you jumping all back and forth in the car all damn day long, every day. A lot of stuff you can just handle one time and save gas. But these women, like I said, what did you see? A bunch of damn women. A bunch of so-called black women. Oh yeah, I was just in Victoria's Secret trying to get some panties. Get the hell out of here, man. Let's get that 39. Salakia. Chapter 39, verse 28. Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. Because when you see people, when they do stuff like this, I've been watching a few of those police videos. And you'll see those people, man. That spirit comes off of them once they're in them handcuffs. It's like, it's like, what did I do? It's like they're under a trance, man. Those spirits hit their asses and they do shit that they didn't want to do originally. But that's the Lord, man. He created these spirits for vengeance. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. And the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. See that? They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Right? So you should have a healthy fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Just from verse 31, it says, they shall rejoice in his commandment. So these spirits, they rejoice. They're happy to get a commandment from the Lord to handle business. It says they shall be ready upon earth when need is. So they always ready. They always ready to go. They not sleep. They're not taking a break somewhere. They're not on vacation, man. They're not, I need a day off. They ready to go at all times. It says, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. They're not going to be like, well, Lord, that's a 2-year-old. Lord, that's an infant. Lord, she's pregnant. Lord, The Lord going to send that spirit of vengeance, and they happy to get that work done. It just is what it is, man. So let me get another one. To walk circumspectly out here. Ephesians 5 and 15. And these are, the Lord, he warns us all the time. That's what the scriptures are about. I think it's one in the book of Psalms that talks about that. His word gives us warning, man. It's a warning. It saves, man. You know what I'm saying? Just listening to him. We go through things, you know what I'm saying? But you want to be going through things for the sake of righteousness and not for the sake of you just being wicked as hell. Ephesians 5 and 15, and pray for repentance, man, every day. Because, we don't know what we've done in past lives. We don't know. Because the simplest thing, man, can get you done, man. Or what we feel like is simple. Sin is not simple to the Lord. Ephesians 5 and 15, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Yeah, you're living in some very seriously dangerous, evil times, man. These people don't care. They crash all the way out. Like, that's, man, you gonna run into a mall with a gun and get to shooting, you off. Straight up, bro. But I'm gonna end out there, man. I just seen that. I seen it yesterday, actually. And I guess we'll see further in the future who done what. They could already have a mugshot or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you know what, let's see if we can find something else on it. Okay, so bet. They're saying no confirmed photos of the shooters. Faces or identities have been officially released to the public. Yeah, I guess soon. Probably some Jake, though. Because like I said again, man, Jake, I don't put this past any damn group of people these days, though, because... Oh, here we go, right here. Oh, there we go. Hold on, is this the nigga with the gun? Somebody got this nigga with the gun? Hold on, this might be it right here. No, they do got some photos. This might be... Hold on. They be doing so much, man. So here we go right here. This look like a Jake. Yeah, definitely a Jake. That nigga look like he got that extended clip over on there too. Yeah, that clip look kind of damn long. Yeah, these niggas is so goddamn crazy, bro. I done walked through there. That one day that I went in there, I kind of buzzed around through that boy. That shit was so damn empty because, like I said, it has, the mall is really falling off. Like, matter of fact, if you look in the backdrop right here, this picture right here, look at all that stuff that's closed off up there. All those stores are pretty much closed. There's not a lot of stores in there that's open anymore. It's three floors. It used to be a really beautiful place, though. I'm not gonna front. Way back in the days, it used to be beautiful, man, in that place, man. We used to go out there. That was before. I remember we used to go out there, man, and get phone numbers. You used to have your little sheet of paper in a pen or pencil in your back pocket, man. We ain't had no cell phones then. That don't even seem like it was that long ago, man. We used to go out there, man, run up on a chick, you know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing? That's when we used to, really talk to girls, man. These days, motherfuckers ain't got no talk game or nothing like that, man. You used to have to run up on a chick and see what was good, man. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, you living in a day and time where everybody got their fucking face buried in their phone, not paying attention to the goddamn thing. Yeah, that look like Jake right there though. This nigga right here walking by with the headphone. He look like he just walking by with headphones on. Look at this dude here. He don't even look like he know what's even going on. Some nigga with some dreads. Man, bro, we need out of here. I'm trying to see if this third person accused of deadly shooting robbery. This man I had nothing to do with the story though. But Jake, man, you know they gonna throw them pictures of Jake up. Jake just threw. Jake them really fell off, man. Anyway, I'm gonna end out there. Pray that the lesson was edifying. With that, Kwame Shala and a bubble ball.